guys got a lot of hands on passes on Sunday. Can you kind of, how much do you guys work on that? How do you guys kind of implement that during the course of the work week to kind of be able to do that when you play on Sunday?
Yeah, I think first of all, I learned as a young coach, how important it was. Batted passes, how critical they are to the defense, and really it's a dead play for the offense. So it's a critical thing. We rep it. We rep it on the sled. We try to match the hand when the hand comes off and you get stuck in your rush. But it's just something we constantly preach, and really the guys did a great job. Like JD's always had a knack for that. The first play of the game, Alex Wright was really good to see him do it, and then Perryon obviously pushing the guard back, got one. So, it affects the game, and we'll continue to harp that regardless what type of quarterback we're playing. We'll always try to bat balls down.
I was going to ask you, does the approach change depending on the quarterback? I mean, Baker and Flacco are two different style quarterbacks for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was emphasized last week, probably a little more than normal. But, no, we're always going to try to match the hand, create tip and overthrow. But, I think back to Roethlisberger, the playoff game, Vincent Taylor gets one up, Porter intercepts it, so we always think that's critical.
Was it for JD to sort of set that tone in the first quarter when he batted 2 balls down?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, first play of the game, that's big. So start off that way. Again, you never know when it's going to come. Just so happened to be the first play of the game for him. But a lot of energy, first time out, first game of the year. So, yeah, obviously we start that way. It's exciting.
Alex and Perryon, just for two rookies, I know Perryon didn't play a lot of snaps, but I thought both of them seemed to do well when they were out there. When you went back and watched their performance, how would you grade it out? How did it grade out?
Yeah, I thought Alex did really well. Again, I've said it before, a kid coming from UAB that hasn't played a ton of football, a young guy. His first preseason game at Jacksonville, he's kind of deer in the headlights, and he's worked his way through that. The stage was not too big for him. He went out there, he performed, he does what he does best. He pushed the pocket, he runs, he fits it up. So very pleased with him. Perryon, yeah, limited snaps. He actually got a trap on his second play of his NFL career, so of course he got knocked out. He wasn't ready for that, but it was good for it to get him in there early, and then just it was a low volume game overall, so he didn't get as many reps.
It looked like a few times, you were able to move Myles inside, especially when you brought Alex out. That versatility to be able to kind of move guys inside and out, your edge guys, how important is that?
Again, I think if you're bringing, it's two different things. One, we moved him inside, moved Taven outside, so Taven gives us the ability to do that. An athletic 3 technique that really looks good when he's on the edge and can push the pocket. Obviously, we can personnel it, bring in Alex Winovich, and move Myles inside. So that's something we've always done in the past with our cheetah group. But again, Myles is we want to isolate him whenever we can. Matchup-wise, when we're expecting chips, when we're expecting the center to work away from him, we always want to take advantage of those situations. So we're going to move Myles around to give us the best chance to allow him to win.
I was just going to ask about the flag on Taven. Was there anything he could have done differently there?
Yeah, for sure. We got that's on me. We have to teach them to roll off, to lift their hands, to brace their fall. We looked at a number of them around the league from week 1 that weren't called, and so it's close. But again, when you wrap up and you drive them body weight, it's going to get called every time. So we got to do a better job coaching that.
Did you feel good about the rotation, just in terms of the amount of snaps you were able to get various guys in various groups of guys at those 4 spots?
Yeah, again, week 1, I forget what the snaps was, below 60, I think. It allowed us to really not have to rotate as much. There wasn't long drives, so we would always be able to play 8 guys at a high level, rotate them in and out. We like to mismatch or mix and match. We don't want to go wholesale, and get stuck out there with our entire second unit. So we're going to rotate, keep those guys fresh, depending on drive length, depending on the way the game's going. And obviously we want our best players there in critical situations.
How many one-on-ones Myles gets?
How many he gets? No, not necessarily.
Okay. It looked like the first sack might have been an actual one-on-one where he took advantage of it, and then they tried to chip him the next one. So,
Right.
is it a handful a game maybe because he gets that much attention from?
Yeah, for sure. That's always going to be the case, and that's why we have to move him around so they know he's not always at right end. You know, I'm still sick about the 3rd and goal scramble touchdown. I believe that's on me. It's a bad game called. I was expecting them to chip Myles. They didn't. He would have beat the tackle in a split second like he did. So, you know, we look at all those things, how we can be better as a staff, again, putting him in the best situations. But if they're going to leave him one-on-one, he's going to win at a high rate.
Closing in
Last
on the
one.
franchise sack record, just, some people have talked about how they feel like he's got a different attitude this year. Do you feel any of that? Just a different focus or anything?
Yes, I do. He's at an all-time high, locked in. He has been. Why some players maybe on TikTok, he's in there journaling. You know, he's at a different level right now, and it's showing. And I just hope it keeps up for him because he deserves it. He's put in the work. He's locked in. Couldn't be happier with where he's at.
Like journaling, like when you walk through?
Sure, yeah.
Absolutely.